Smoke rises as iron axes clash. Swedish chieftain Arne screams for unity at Fýrisvellir. Pagan forces thunder forward. No one knows who will survive this night. Arne's piercing blue eyes sweep his warriors. He raises a carved cross, shouting, "For the All-Father and the Christ, stand with me!" Ingrid charges through mud, her runic shield flashing as arrows whistle by. She bellows, "Hold the right!" Bjorn splits a pagan helmet with his rune axe. Blood spatters his horned helmet as he growls, "For Arne!" From the shadows, Eirik the pagan snarls orders. His ritual scarred face glows red in torchlight. "No quarter! Crush the Christians!" A horn bellows. The lines collide. Swords screech. Men tumble. Terror and courage battle in every glance. Suddenly rain pours. Mud sucks at boots. Arrows falter. Axes gleam wet in torchlight. With soaked hair plastered to his face, Arne signals Ingrid. She nods, leading a wedge through wavering lines. Just as Ingrid breaks through, she stares into the pale eyes of Eirik. He grins, teeth shining. The brawl pauses for a heartbeat. Flashback. Before dawn. Arne kneels quietly, clutching both his carved cross and a wolf pelt. Misery and hope flicker in his eyes. Back to the battle. Eirik laughs coldly. He raises his hand. His warriors surge, yelling a wild pagan chant. Bjorn smashes his way through dense ranks. He drags two allies from the mud, bellowing, "Fight for your brothers!" Crack. Ingrid's shield shatters as Eirik swings a heavy sword. Splinters fly across the smoky air. Arne sees Ingrid fall, rage flooding his face. He charges, roaring so loud enemies stumble. Lightning splits a tree nearby. The force knocks warriors aside. Nature joins the chaos. Eirik, untouched, looks to the sky and laughs. He claims Thor is with his pagans tonight. Ingrid, stunned, crawls toward Bjorn. He throws her a battered shield and hauls her to her feet. Arne drives into Eirik's ranks alone, bellowing. Pagans close in, axes raised. Blood and mud streak every face. Cut to memory. Arne's village ablaze years ago. His family's terrified faces in the flames. Back to now. Ingrid and Bjorn close ranks with Arne. They shout his name, driving the pagans back. Eirik senses weakness. He signals. Pagan archers loose a cloud of arrows. Death rains down. Some arrows pierce Arne's line. Screams echo. Ingrid shields a child. Where did the child come from? Bjorn bellows, "Protect the helpless!" Fighting grows fiercer around the child. Arne covers them himself. In chaos, the ground rumbles. Horses appear. Eirik's cavalry charges with flaming spears. Ingrid yells, "Form circle!" Warriors close shields tight as mounted pagans wheel near. The cavalry bursts into Arne's defenders. Screams, splinters, and fire fill the stormy night. Arne's cross is knocked from his grip, trampled in the mud. He drops to his knees, searching blindly. Eirik bellows, "See, their god is weak!" Pagans cheer. Ingrid stares, tears mixing with raindrops. Bjorn refuses to yield. He thrusts his axe skyward, rallying the broken line with a wild war cry. Arne finally finds his crushed cross. He kisses it, mud caking his face. He whispers, "Not broken yet." Battle shifts. Christians and pagans press so close only daggers work. Searing screams cut through rain. Suddenly, horns again. New banners crest the hill. Reinforcements? Friend or foe, no one knows. Ingrid's breath catches. Arne signals, "Hold!" Every sword arm freezes. The fate of the field hangs by a thread. Across Fýrisvellir, thousands stare at the dark hill. Eirik alone grins, sure of pagan victory. Final shot. A lone raven circles, screeching. Will these warriors fall or rise together? Watch Act 2 to see the fate of Arne, Ingrid, and Bjorn at Fýrisvellir. A strange horn echoes across Fýrisvellir, freezing every warrior in place. Who dares interrupt the bloodshed? Arne scans the field. Enemy? Ally? Even Eirik lowers his sword, suspicion burning in his scarred face. Bjorn readies his axe. Ingrid steadies her breath on a broken shield, sweat and blood dripping down her face. The newcomers emerge, Riders cloaked in black, banners unknown, weapons glinting. No one recognizes their symbols. A tense silence spreads. The child, trembling, hides beside Arne's muddy boots as all warriors hold their breath. Arne whispers to Ingrid, "Stay close." He steps forward, cross held high. "State your purpose." The lead rider halts, face shadowed. He answers in an ancient tongue, neither Christian nor pagan. Confused murmurs spread among both sides. Even Eric's fiercest men hesitate, unsure whether to fight or listen. Bjorn shouts, "This is a trick!" But he hesitates, glancing at the child clutching his tunic. The ground shudders. More riders approach from the east, sunlight glinting off bronze shields. A second new force? A stunned silence grips Fýrisvellir as the first black-cloaked riders raise their weapons. Arne stands tall, shielding the child, not knowing if these strangers are friend or foe. The riders speak again, their words echoing across the field, strange and ancient. Ingrid grips her broken shield, eyes darting between the newcomers and Eric's wary lines. Suddenly, the second force bursts through the mist, riders with polished bronze shields, faces weathered but resolute. Eric signals his men to form a defensive circle, watching both threats. Bjorn positions himself between Arne, Ingrid, and the child, axe ready. His eyes flick from the black banners to the oncoming bronze shields, heart pounding for the next move. The mysterious riders in black dismount smoothly, revealing peculiar armor and cloaks sewn with silver threads. Arne tries to communicate, gesturing peace. A tense standstill follows. The leader of the black riders lowers his hood, unveiling cryptic face tattoos as the eastern horsemen form a wall of shields. Eirik breaks the silence with a thunderous roar. He orders his followers to hold, but not attack. The field now rings with tension, every weapon ready to rise. The newcomer leader locks eyes with Arne, then slowly drops his weapon. He steps closer, speaking a single word, "Friend?" in broken Old Norse. Before Arne can respond, one of Eric's men lunges, fearing a trick. The stranger sidesteps, swift as lightning, and pins him to the ground without bloodshed. Ingrid and Bjorn form a protective circle around the child as arrows bristle, ready to fly at the slightest provocation. Suddenly, the mist thickens. A spectral howl echoes. Every fighter freezes. The Black Rider leader signals frantically, pointing toward the river. A shadowy, colossal shape moves at the river's edge. Horses rear. Even Eirik looks unnerved. Arne urges Ingrid and Bjorn to stand firm. He faces the mist, raising his cross and shouting an ancient prayer, hoping for a miracle. The mist recoils as a powerful force seems to clash with Arne's faith and the pagan symbols held aloft by Eirik's men. The child suddenly pulls free and rushes toward the river. Ingrid races after, desperate to protect them from the growing darkness. Bjorn calls for help, torn between following Ingrid and guarding Arne. He charges after them, axe ready. The black-cloaked leader steps in front of Arne, barring his path, as if warning him to stay back. From the fog, a spectral boat appears on the river, oars moving silently. Ingrid catches the child just in time, pulling them back from the shore. Eirik's voice booms, demanding to know if the apparitions are a sign from the old gods. Tension peaks as swords shimmer in trembling hands. Lightning cracks overhead. The spectral boat fades, leaving a rune-inscribed shield at the water's edge. Silence hangs. Arne approaches the shield, each step echoing in the hush. Suddenly, the black-cloaked leader shouts and points behind Eirik. The earth bursts open near Eirik's line. An underground fire spills forth, sending men fleeing in terror. Arne seizes the shield just as Ingrid and Bjorn reach his side. The heat from the fire seems repelled by the runes. Eirik's men panic, some begging their gods, others pleading for parley. The battlefield is chaos incarnate. The air vibrates as Arne slams the rune shield into the earth. A wave of blue light sweeps across the field, freezing fire and mist alike. A shared vision strikes the warriors, images of old gods, Christian saints, and peace brought through unity flood every mind. As the vision fades, Arne steps forward to speak. He meets Eirik's gaze. Both seem changed, uncertain, their resolve reshaped by what they've witnessed. Ingrid and Bjorn support the child. For a breathless moment, nobody moves. Not even the birds dare to break the silence. The black-cloaked leader removes a silver amulet, placing it at Arne and Eirik's feet as a gesture of unity. His words lost to history, but powerful in silence. With a final nod, the leader and his riders melt into the fog, leaving Arne, Ingrid, Bjorn, Eirik, and the survivors with a shattering sense of peace. A hesitant sun breaks through as the remaining warriors drop their weapons. Arne raises the shield in triumph, inviting former enemies to gather in respect. Eirik accepts Arne's extended hand. Skeptical eyes linger, but old hatreds seem to folder beneath the morning's light. Ingrid, Bjorn, and the child reunite. Smiles crack tired faces. Hope flickers among ruin as ravens wheel overhead. At the riverbank, Arne gazes at the shield's runes, wondering if this miracle is the mark of a new destiny for his people. Eirik turns away, casting his Thor's hammer into the river, a sign of respect or surrender. Surrounding warriors murmur in shock and awe. The video ends with a final, lingering question. What secrets still lie beneath the waters of Fýrisvellir? Ahead waits a dangerous new journey. Watch next to discover the rise of a forgotten order and more Viking mysteries.